Hey everybody, it's Ditto from Reef to Reef. It is here. I am one of the beta testers for the ION Director. I know this video is being done during my actual testing of the unit, and I just wanted to do a quick unboxing, but also to show people, what to expect when they receive the ION Director. The ION Director is from GHL. This is their tester for calcium, magnesium, sodium, nitrate, and potassium. Again, as me being a beta tester, I did get one early to help out, work out any issues. So this is the unboxing and what to expect. But right here it is. It's sitting in front of me and ready to go. So I'm going to unbox it, let you see what you're going to get when you order the ION Director. It should be noted that the ION Director still requires a dosing pump. So this is just the detector itself, or the director itself, but then it will need to be connected to a doser, which I will show once I get it all hooked up. So let's get this unboxed and started. Like anything that GHL does, it's usually very well boxed. So I'm going to get it unboxed. And get it opened up. So here is the inside of it. So again, you get your dosing tubes, and this is what's going to be used when connecting the doser, not just to your doser, the director to the doser. This is not just going to be, here are the dosing tubes. This is what's used to connect not just the doser to the ION Director, but will also be used for your feed lines. And again, comes pretty well. I'm going to assume it's 8 meters because it says 8M right here. Your probe is sitting right here in this container. And again, opening it up and looking at it. Again, it is a different design. This is not a pH probe. This is a probe specifically designed for the ION Director. So do not get it confused. Again, it comes with its own DIN connection. So there's the actual probe. You're also going to be getting the inline filter. This is very important. It has to be used. I cannot stress this enough for both the ION Director, but also the KH Director from GHL. You should always use one of these. And this is to make sure that clean water is brought into the chamber. Because again, it can damage the internal workings when you start getting, particles within the internal workings of either the KH Director or the ION Director. The dual power supply cable, again, understanding that this is going to be powered also by the doser. It does allow you to just use one power supply. Your 2 bottles of reference solution, your A and your B. And then some, oh, now this is cool. This is new. It looks like that they're now starting to include dosing caps with the reference solution. So now that you can now just pull off the existing cap, plug in the new cap, and then run your dosing tube right down it. Great feature. And then last, okay, is the KH Director itself. Some people have already asked me, and I know I'm going to be asked even more questions, is what's the size of this? Do you see this as the same size, smaller? And let me get it unboxed and unwrapped. So 1 second. Here is the ION Director. As you can see is that you're going to have your water sample in, you're going to have your reference A and B's coming in, and then you're going to have your wastewater out, your probe, which goes right here, and then you're also going to have your vent line. This is where you're going to be plugging in your power supply. This is where the sensor gets plugged into. And again, if it's PAB connection, which is using, you know, the PAB cable to connect between the doser and this unit if it's a standalone, but you can also connect this to the doser and then also to the P4 unit and also control it via the P4, Proflex P4. So that's pretty much the ION Director. I'm gonna go pull real quick my KH Director so you can see the size difference, but it does look like it's the exact same footprint as the KH Director. So again, the probe is going to be plugged into the side, so it's going to be a little bit longer with the probe onto it. Some people are going to ask for dimensions because of that. If you look right now, dimensionally, it's roughly 8 3/4 inches. Probably with the probe inside of it, it's probably going to be somewhere around 11 inches along, you know, on the width side or on length side on the width, because you also got to think about, you know, the back connector, but also giving some room for the tubing. It's probably going to be right around 8 inches because you're not going to want to kink the tubing here. Okay, you're going to want it to come out, give it a little bit of a bend and not go straight down. And then, you know, your height on the unit is roughly, you know, 3 inches. Again, I'm going to go pull my KH Director real quick just to show you guys the sizing difference between the ION Director and the KH Director. But by just looking at it right now, it does look like it's the exact same size. So I'm going to pause the video for a minute and go get my KH Director. Okay, everyone, as promised, here is the KH Director sitting next to it. And again, it is the exact same footprint, which is great. So again, same size, same everything. So individuals that have a KH Director will know ahead of time, you know, what to expect and how much room they're going to have to make for the unit. Some things that I also want to make sure that we discuss. And one of the big things with the ION Director is when you first set it up and you prime the unit, and I'm going to be going through the actual setup procedure step by step in a different video. This unit can't be used immediately. It needs 6 hours, up to 6 hours, to allow the probe to acclimate within the actual ION Director unit. And again, so it's not immediately start taking tests and that you're going to see those results. You have to give time for the probe, you know, and I want to say acclimate to the system. So again, I hope you guys found this video enjoyable, easy to use or look through. I'm very excited on testing the unit. It's been one of the, you know, things I've been waiting the most on. I've already have done a water sample test. It's actually been sent out. I've also have Red Sea and a couple different types of calcium and magnesium testers. So I already know what my base level is. My ION Director, or my KH Director, that has been doing my alkalinity monitoring on this tank, has been doing it now for almost 2.5 years. My tank is set at 7.5 for my overall alkalinity, and it's been doing a really good job. And I have multiple KH Directors. Again, since this is going to be a demo unit, or I should say a testing unit, the tests are going to be done on my primary tank, one of my primary tanks, where I am dosing 3-part. I currently do the Aquaforce 3-part solution, where right now the KH Director is controlling all the elements. So it's controlling pretty much, you know, elements 1, 2, and 3, or bottles 1, 2, and 3. My plan is once I get the ION Director put in, what's going to happen is for Aqua Reef or Aquaforest dosing platforms, you know, where you use 3-part, the first one is calcium, the second one is alkalinity, and your third one is magnesium. My plan is then I'm going to switch over, and I'm actually going to switch over 3 things, because I'm also using the Aquaforest nitrate and potassium, our phosphate remover also. My plan is I am going to switch over the 2 of the Aquaforce 2 parts, bottles 1 and 3, along with my nitrate controls over to the ION Director, which is going to be interesting. I can't wait to see the results. I already know that my calcium and magnesium are high on the tank. And again, I've been dosing that way. It's, you know, I've been dosing equally. So it's going to be really good to have the ION Director take over and lower my magnesium and my calcium to be more in line. And I'm going to be really recording its effects on NO3. So I hope you guys have found this video helpful. My next video is going to be, what it's going to look like when it's all set up. Another good thing about this unit, even though it's not the preferred method, the preferred method is that wastewater should go, be dumped, into a wastewater container or, down the pipe. But you do have the ability, if you are, having salinity swings, or if you're having a smaller tank where you're going to be taking large samples from, that you might start affecting salinity, you do have the ability to have the wastewater go back into the tank. In my setups, I am not going to have the wastewater return to the tank. Can I? The answer is yes. But I am going to have, for now, the wastewater go into a container. In close, I hope you guys found the video informative. I'm sorry about the impromptu-ness of doing this and my cat being in the video, but I really wanted people to see just unboxing of the ION Director from GHL. Again, this is Ditto from Reef to Reef. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and expect additional videos of the ION Director in action and testing results. This is Ditto, signing off.